To master a healthy, wealthy state of mind, you need to master who you are. Master who you are. Invest time in yourself to master who you are in building your personal brand. And all this ties back to building a strong personal brand. The number one way to build wealth and to build wealth fast is to master the right habits. You see, you rise and you fall based on your habits. You rise in business based on habits. You rise to attain financial independence based on habits. The question that I want to pose to you is, what is the number one habit to build wealth and to build wealth fast? Well, I want to encourage you to stay with me today, because before the end of this program, you will learn a number of tricks, techniques, and hacks that can position you to apply the number one habit to position yourself to build wealth fast. I want to begin today's program by saying that the number one habit to build wealth fast is, one, to build and master a strong personal brand. Yes, you want to invest your time, talent, and resources to build and master a strong personal brand. Now, a strong personal brand is built based on your ability to master your sense of self, your ability to master your sense of purpose, and your ability to master your sense of direction. So these are three important concepts that you want to truly commit the time, talent, and the resources to really understand when you're attempting to build and master your personal brand.
10x Branding and Marketing LLC, powering the next generation of unicorns. At 10x B&M LLC, we specialize in market research, brand innovation, market integration, and client conversion optimization. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing the strategic insights and innovative solutions needed to accelerate growth and unlock your company's full potential. Whether you're a startup looking to attract investors and your ideal clients, or an established business ready for market expansion, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Let 10x Branding and Marketing LLC fuel your journey to exceptional business success. Contact us now for a free consultation on how we can position your business to become a unicorn.
Now, let us take a deep look at personal branding. What exactly is personal branding and why is it so important? Now, personal branding is all about your ability to build and project an attractive public image. Are you in any position to do this, to build and project an attractive public image? Perhaps that might be an image that says to people that you have the core competence to add value and to fix problems. Is that the kind of image that you are building? Well, personal branding has a lot to do with this. Second, personal branding has to do with your ability to connect with and inspire the specific demographic. To inspire specific demographic, this could represent your ability to inspire your team, because if you're going after wealth, it makes sense to build a strong team that can extend your lever and optimize your chances to realize success much faster. Perhaps it might be connecting and inspiring with the ideal client. And this makes a whole lot of sense, because your ability to connect with and inspire the ideal client is going to be transformational. But to do this is not like 1, 2, 3. You need to understand things about the ideal client to be able to connect with and inspire them. And I want to encourage you to keep looking at my videos, and you will have all the clues and all the techniques that really help you to unlock everything that I'm saying here. You also need to connect and inspire the public. In the public, you have influential people. And as you build your personal brand up, you want to ask yourself, do you have the ability to do this? Because this in of itself is what's going to set you up for success. Last but not least, what is personal branding? Personal branding, it's about your ability to command attention. Do you have this ability to command attention? It is about piquing interest. Do you have this ability to pique interest? It's about arousing desire. Do you have this ability to arouse desire? It's about moving the client into action Do you have the ability to move people into action? All right. It's about making impact, because once you move people into action, you want to ensure that you're making impact with the ideal client. Do you have this type of personal brand that is helping you to achieve all of this in the context of wealth creation? Stay with me as we go deeper into this program. I'm going to unlock all of this for you, or most of it, some that you can take immediately and start to work on. So, personal branding, it's also about your ability to connect and impact and convert. You see, when you use your personal brand image, your unique public image, to make an impact and to convert and to come to that point of cash flow optimization, it truly explains the real significance behind personal branding, because here is where you get to know, like, and trust. But let me go a step further. Personal branding, it's also about you building the confidence, you having trust, and you having credibility in the eyes of the public. And this is why I'm saying that the number one way to build wealth and to build wealth fast, the number one habit that you need to build wealth is to invest in building a strong personal brand, because a strong personal brand can open tremendous opportunities for you. This is where you become the influencer who has the golden touch. And you know what's that golden touch? Everything you touch turns to gold, because you're an influencer. You're known, you're liked, and you're trusted. So every time you endorse something or you come public with a new innovation, because you have established public confidence, trust, and credibility, it instantly turns to gold. You have that magic touch, that golden touch. You can get there, but what I'm about to say is very profound, and you get in there. All right. You have to learn these habits that I'm about to share with you. You have to commit time, talent, and resources to master these habits, and you have to apply these habits consistently over a period of time, and then you will start to see the magic start to take place. You rise and you fall on habits. What are those habits that you're adopting to position yourself for greatness? Now, in the beginning of this program, I did explain that the number one habit that you need to learn, apply, and master to build wealth fast is to build and master a strong personal brand. And I did also explain that there's three important things that you need to learn, apply, and master when you want to build and master your strong personal brand. One, you need to master your sense of self, because people never grow beyond their sense of self. You need to master your sense of purpose, and you need to master your sense of direction. So now let us take a deep look into each of these three concepts that you need to learn, apply, and master. Now, what exactly does it take to master your sense of self? Again, you can never grow beyond your sense of self, because deep down inside, you may want to position yourself to build wealth, but your sense of self is saying to you, you just don't have what it takes to accomplish the big dream. So your sense of self continues to undermine your efforts to position yourself to build wealth. And that's a recipe for disaster. They call it self-sabotage. All right. They call it self-sabotage. So you need to ensure that you're way beyond this. So let's go into a couple of things. Again, I want to emphasize, you and people generally never grow beyond their sense of self. You can never grow beyond your sense of self. All right. So you need to have the habits where you're investing in yourself day in and day out to ensure that you have a healthy sense of self. So let's talk a little bit about this now. When you want to master your sense of self in the context of wealth creation, you need to put yourself in that position of strength where you can master a healthy, wealthy state of mind. What exactly is a healthy, wealthy state of mind? You have to master who you are in the context of wealth creation. I want you to look back at some of my previous podcasts, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Look back at the last 2-3 programs before this one, and you will get a lot of information of what I'm talking about here. Master a healthy, wealthy state of mind.
Pitch Deck 101 LLC out of New York. Do more than just support our clients to pitch their businesses to investors access working capital at 0% APR. We also support our clients to grow and scale their businesses faster and cash flow optimize. Pitch Deck 101 LLC recent partnership with 10X Branding Marketing. LLC and Global Capital Inc. out of the USA has enabled us to form unique partnership with multiple financial institutions, which means we can do even more to accelerate the success of our clients. Let Pitch Deck 101 LLC give you the support you need to pitch to investors, access capital, access new markets and grow and scale your business. Contact us now on 332 235 1099 for a free consultation.
Now, to master a healthy, wealthy state of mind, you need data. Again, if you look back at my previous video, in fact, go to the end of this video and I will put up at least 3 videos that you can go to that will help you to understand, 1, how to master a healthy, wealthy state of mind, and 2, the importance of data in the context of wealth creation. You need to build habits around these things to position yourself to build wealth. So I'm not going to go deep into what is data, but you need data, because data is what informs you to make better, smarter, wiser decisions. You need to have healthy habits around this. All right. Wealthy people know this and they build healthy habits around these things. All right. So let me quickly go through this. To master your sense of self, it's important to recognize that people never grow beyond their sense of self, and fix that. Ensure that you have a healthy sense of self. Second, to master a healthy, wealthy state of mind, you need to master who you are. All right. Master who you are. Invest time in yourself to master who you are in building your personal brand. And all this ties back to building a strong personal brand. All right. And I did say at the end of this, to master a healthy, wealthy state of mind, you need to have data. And see the video at the end of this podcast to understand what I'm talking about when I'm speaking about data. Now, I want to talk in the brief about mastering your sense of purpose. What exactly does it take to master your sense of purpose? Well, 1, you must clearly define who you want to serve. We're talking here purpose. So if you want to live a purpose-driven life that is going to be able to touch and transform the lives of people, you have to understand people. Clearly define who you want to serve. And this has everything to do with demographic classification. I'm not going to go deep into this today. I'm giving you a high-level overview. The second concept that you need to learn, apply, and master when you want to master your sense of purpose, you want to clearly define how you're going to serve people. Now, you can serve people in many different ways. So first, you identify who you want to serve and how you're going to serve them. All right. So you may want to serve people by helping them to accumulate wealth. You might want to help them to start a 6, 7, and 9-figure brand. So these are different ways in which you can serve people, but you need to know this. You need to be clear about this. Last but not least, you need to build and master your MVO. So once you recognize these are the areas that you want to serve, and this is how you want to serve, you want to build and master your MVO. Your MVO is what I call your minimum viable offer, your most viable offer, or your maximum viable offer. You must have a value proposition, but having a value proposition is not the beginning and the end. You want to be certain that that value proposition is strategically aligned to the needs, wants, and expectations of people. We're talking here about you building a personal brand that can truly touch and transform the lives of people. Purpose driven. Who do you want to serve? How you're going to serve them? The best way you're going to serve them. You want to be clear about who you're going to serve. You want to be clear about how you're going to serve them. And that's what's going to put you in a position to clearly identify your value of your minimum or most viable proposition that you can put to them. There's a lot that has to be stress test here when you want to get it right. But forming habits around these things is really what is going to set you up to be successful. So we talk a bit here about mastering your sense of self. We talk a bit here about mastering your sense of purpose. I want to talk a little bit about mastering your sense of direction. So now that you have all of this information, you form healthy habits around all of this. How are you going to use this to achieve an end result? So when we talk of mastering your sense of direction, there's a couple of things that we're talking about. One, you must be clear about what it is that you want to achieve. In this context, we're talking about habits, the number one habits to build wealth fast. So you want to be clear that you're doing all of this. Why? Because your focus is to build wealth, to attain financial independence, and to do this within the shortest possible time. You want to be clear about this. Mastering your sense of direction. You don't want to be on a yo-yo up and down. You don't want to be on a merry-go-round going all around. You want to have a clear sense of direction of what is it that you want to accomplish. What is the financial objective? You want to be clear about this. Second, you want to be clear. You must clearly define why you want to reach this objective. And the why is very important because the why has everything to do with how you're going to help people to solve their problem. Yes, you might want to say the why is because I want to be rich, I want to be successful, I want to be financially independent. But if you detach the why from how it's going to impact people's lives, it's going to undermine your every effort to achieve the very objective that you're going to achieve, you want to achieve. So the why in this context must be how you're going to help people to solve their problems and to solve it fast. The faster you can help people to solve their problems is what's going to set you up for success. These are habits that you need to form. These are habits that you need to master. This is part of your personal brand. And you see, when we talk about building a strong personal brand, you can build your personal brand to impact people in all of the above. The last thing that I'm going to share here with you is you need to clearly define how you will maximize the results. What is the maximum results that you want and how you're going to maximize this? How you're going to consistently add value? How you're going to consistently fix problems above and beyond people's expectation. So you're building your personal brand, but building your personal brand, it is not isolated from how that personal brand is going to touch people's lives. It's going to transform people's lives. It's going to impact people's lives. It's going to position people to build wealth, accumulate wealth, to start that 6, 7, and 9-figure brand and position it to be successful. Building your personal brand should never be viewed in isolation of how it's going to impact a specific demographic, a specific group of people. So again, I want to quickly recap some of the things that we have talked about. We're talking today about the number one habit to build wealth fast. And what is the number one habit? You need to build and master a strong personal brand. So everything that we have looked at today is how to build and master that strong personal brand. It begins with mastering your sense of self, mastering your sense of purpose, and mastering your sense of direction. Invest your time, talent, and resources to build a strong and to master a strong personal brand and see how your life will now transform. Again, as you set yourself out to build and master a strong personal brand, you must constantly be asking yourself, is my brand relevant to my demographic, to my ideal client? Do they have the ability to pay and do they have the willingness to pay? So there's a lot to unpack, but these are important concepts, habits that you need to form to build wealth and to build wealth fast. Be blessed and see you in the next broadcast.
Gary Thompson, the sales communication professional, best-selling author and private equity investor, says, master the client conversion ladder and optimize your business success. He continues, many rising stars in business try to get from A to Z in a split second in the client conversion journey. That approach will set you up for frustration, time, money, and effort being wasted. The alphabet has 26 letters. Each letter has great significance in words formation and in human expression. The client conversion process has many steps, and when these steps are overlooked, it negatively influences your ability to attract and communicate with the ideal client. You must invest in breaking through the know, like, and trust barriers that allow you to win in business. He went on to say, the first step in your client conversion journey begins with relationships. 1. Fill the relationship gaps. 2. Leverage relationships to overcome client rejection. 3. And position your brand to stand out in the market. Gary wants you to be successful and invites you to call us today to help you master the client conversion ladder, optimize your brand recognition, and increase the cash flow of your business.